Sometimes life throws moments at us so strange that if someone just told you the story, you'd laugh in their face. It would sound like an exaggeration, a tall tale, something impossible. But lucky for us, we live in a time where everyone's carrying a camera in their pocket or security cameras are rolling 24/7. And thanks to that, the unbelievable often gets captured forever. From totally unexplainable moments to hilarious disasters, today we're looking at clips that prove reality is stranger than fiction. So don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's roll the intro. Deep beneath the Argentine Sea, researchers caught footage of a starfish that looked suspiciously human. Well, cartoon human, because the internet immediately nicknamed it Patrick Star, SpongeBob's dim-witted but lovable best friend. A curious curve in the starfish's body made it look like it had a little butt sticking out. Of course, marine biologists were quick to clarify, starfish don't actually have behinds. What we're seeing is just the way its muscle fibers reacted under pressure at nearly 4,000 feet deep. Still, that didn't stop the internet from having a field day. Memes spread instantly. Fans joked about Bikini Bottom being real, and suddenly this sea creature had its 15 minutes of fame. Scientists wanted biodiversity samples. What they got was proof SpongeBob might be a documentary. Flex culture is everywhere. Cash stacks, jewelry, cars, but flashing money outdoors, that's playing with fire, or in this case, wind. One teenager stood proudly on a rooftop with no walls, waving his bills around like he was starring in a rap video. And then, with perfect comedic timing, a gust of wind blew the money straight out of his hand and scattered it across the neighborhood. Some of it landed in the neighbor's yard, some of it fluttered onto the street, and some of it landed right at the feet of pedestrians, who of course weren't about to hand it back. The kid scrambled desperately, diving after the bills, but he only recovered a fraction. Let's just say mom probably wasn't thrilled when the electric bill didn't get paid that month. Lesson learned. The only thing gone viral here was his money. Humans talk about starting the gym next Monday. This cat? He's already on his fitness grind. Every day he strolls into the gym like he owns the place, hops onto the treadmill and starts running. No trainer, no membership card, just pure determination. Sometimes he takes breaks, hopping off and then back on again, but he always comes back for another round. And get this, he figured out how to turn the machine on by himself. Imagine showing up to your gym and being outworked by a house cat. That's peak humiliation. The clip became a motivation meme overnight. If he can do it, so can you. Honestly, Planet Fitness should hire him as their new mascot. Pet stores are brilliant at finding ways to separate people from their money, but this one takes the cake. Someone had the audacity to package literal sticks, yes, tree branches, and sell them as enrichment toys for dogs and birds. Price tag over $40. Sure, they're sanded down, maybe polished a little, but it's still just wood. The same thing lying around free in your backyard. Some younger buyers genuinely thought this was an innovative pet product. Meanwhile, older folks were crying from laughter. It sparked a new business idea online, stickpreneurs. People joked about heading to the park, scooping up branches, slapping a label on them, and tripling their income. Honestly, judging by the sales, it's not even a bad idea. This clip is the perfect mix of skill and disaster. A guy lines up an easy shot. The ball's right there at the pocket, but instead of sinking it cleanly, he manages to hit the cue ball in such a way that it swerves around and scratches, sinking itself. The one thing every beginner learns not to do. His buddy filming the match bursts out laughing so hard the camera shakes. What was meant to be a highlight turned into a blooper reel. The irony, even if he tried, he probably couldn't pull that exact shot off again. It was a 1 in a million accident, forever immortalized as the dumbest trick shot ever. Esports are competitive, emotional, and high stakes, but nothing prepared viewers for the meltdown of Koji Kog at EVO 2025.
That was so insane. He played like the best round I have ever seen defensively. Goichi like, yo, my bad, bro.
The pro fighting game player lost his semifinal match in Fatal Fury, costing him a chance at the $2.5 million prize pool. And instead of handling it gracefully, he flopped into a tantrum worthy of a toddler. He threw his arms, pouted, stomped. Honestly, if someone had added dramatic music, it could have aired on daytime television. The commentators couldn't resist poking fun, joking live that he was auditioning for the next soap opera. Online, the clip exploded. Within hours, memes flooded social media, crowning him the crybaby king of esport.
Oh my god, bro, I feel it for both of them, honestly.
Oh my lord. KOG always a character. Very emotive guy, this one.
He didn't win a trophy, but at least he's famous, for all the wrong reasons.
Just how well he played.
Sometimes temptation gets the best of you. A biker spotted a juicy mango hanging from a roadside tree and decided to grab it mid-ride. What could go wrong? Well, everything. He not only missed the fruit, but he also flung his flip-flop into a stranger's yard in the process. Since sandals aren't boomerangs, there was no getting it back. So he ended up standing there, one barefoot, no mango, while his friend doubled over laughing and filming. The funniest part, considering mangoes are cheap and flip-flops aren't, his little stunt cost him more than just his dignity. Sometimes convenience stores really are the better option. Public transportation has all sorts of quirks depending on where you live. Buttons, pull cords, buzzers. But this system? Next level ridiculous. In this viral clip, a passenger doesn't push a button or yank a cord. Instead, they squeeze a squeaky rubber chicken to signal the driver. That loud, honking squeal echoed through the bus and served as the cue to stop. The internet had a field day. Some joked it was genius, cheap, effective, and impossible to ignore. Others saw it as the saddest sign of a broken system. If your city relies on poultry toys to make buses stop, you might need more than just new buses. You need divine intervention. Brazil's floods come fast, and one delivery rider in Rio de Janeiro found himself in serious danger when water started rising out of nowhere. Thinking fast, he spotted a city bus passing by and did the unthinkable. He rolled his motorcycle straight inside through the door. Instead of getting angry, the driver let him in. After all, one worker helping another. Passengers clapped, cheered, and pulled out their phones. Online, people praised his quick thinking, calling it the ultimate survival hack. Others pointed out that in Rio, you don't just need street smarts, you need survival instincts. If not for that bus, the guy could have lost his bike, or worse. It was one of those moments where timing is everything. Everyone loves fried pastries, but everyone hates when they burst open in the oil and spill filling everywhere. One man decided enough was enough. His fix? Power tools. He grabbed a drill, attached a special edge, and used it to crimp the dough shut tight before frying. The result looked like something straight out of a science fair, but it worked. Not a single pastry split. The internet split instead. Half of people were impressed, half horrified. Some joked he'd invented extreme cooking. Others said Gordon Ramsay would probably faint if he saw it. But hey, no leaks equals success. Forget rodeos, forget cowboys, meet Gutino Rocha, a 9-year-old from Brazil who became internet famous for riding a giant pig named Rocket. This pig is no ordinary farm animal. She weighs more than 220 pounds and runs with surprising speed. Gutino hops on bareback, clinging for dear life as the pig barrels down dusty rural roads. He's fallen plenty of times, but he always gets back up, smiling. What started as a silly hobby turned into a family project. His siblings film and edit the clips, his parents support him, and the viral attention is helping fund their new home. People online dubbed him the Pig Cowboy, and even compared Rocket to Peppa Pig's rowdy cousin. It's a reminder that sometimes the most wholesome internet stars come from the unlikeliest places. Most kids look for excuses to skip school. Not Pedro, an 11-year-old from Rio's Bangu neighborhood. When his bike tire popped, he didn't stay home. He went old school. Literally, borrowing a friend's horse, he rode to school like a mini cowboy, clopping down the street while classmates filmed. Within hours, the clip hit social media and spread everywhere. Once it hit TV, his mom and the school principal found out. Cue the scolding, but at least he didn't miss class. And what was so important that day? A math test? A science fair? Nope, just PE class. Apparently, dodgeball was worth saddling up for. People joked that if Gen Z picks up horseback commuting, bike shops are doomed. Living with a hardcore sleepwalker is like starring in a horror comedy every night. Just ask Selena, an American woman who documents her nighttime escapades because she never remembers them in the morning.
Did you come back? That's why everyone thinks she's a bitch.
And these aren't just casual strolls to the fridge. She talks to imaginary people, rearranges furniture, mutters entire conversations, and sometimes leaves the house barefoot in pajamas. Roaming the block at 3 a.m. like a lost ghost. She's even returned with random objects she picked up, once a garden gnome, another time a traffic cone. No one knows where she got them, her husband barely gets any sleep, so they've installed cameras everywhere.
Hi. No, see.
They even lock up the car keys now, just in case she decides to sleep drive. Her clips went viral because they're equal parts funny and unsettling. Honestly, her nightlife is wilder than most 21-year-olds at a club. Squirrels usually have Disney-level cuteness, but not this one in Pennsylvania. A man walked onto his porch only to be ambushed by a furious squirrel. The little guy launched at him, scratching and biting like it was defending a fortress. The doorbell camera caught every second. Experts explained that squirrels get ultra-territorial during mating season, and the animal probably saw the man as a threat. That didn't make it any less shocking for viewers, though. The clip went viral, earning the squirrel a reputation as the angriest rodent in America. People joked about it joining the Avengers as Rabid Nutman. The poor guy eventually flung the squirrel into the yard, but the internet had already crowned it a legend. Imagine driving down a dusty country road and spotting fish crawling across the road. Not in water, on land. That's exactly what happened when a fisherman filmed two leopardfish wriggling their way across damp soil toward a nearby lake. At first glance, it looks apocalyptic, like fish evolving right before our eyes. But science explains it. Leopardfish develop the ability to survive temporarily out of water during droughts. Using strong muscles, they literally scoot across wet ground until they reach safety. In the clip, the pair of fish are on a full-blown migration, flopping and sliding in broad daylight while stunned drivers looked on. It's bizarre, unsettling, and absolutely mesmerizing. Proof that evolution can look weirder than any sci-fi movie. Nature doesn't just adapt, it shows off.